The rain is pouring, the wind is howling, and I'm gonna go back into the case. We have a Kraken Trainer V3 today. I was gonna make the reveal a lot more dramatic than that, but you guys have already seen it. You've already seen Ty talk about it. Kraken Trainer V3 is here, boyos. And I don't know why. I just recorded like a whole 15-minute video about me being really meh about the Kraken Trainer. And then I put down the camera for 10 minutes and started flipping this thing again. Dude, this is a really, really good ballast song. I got way too caught up in comparing it to the Live Blade because Squid's marketing said that this was the Live Blade balance in a trainer. Or at least it was much closer. And to their credit, yes, it is much closer. I'm going to get the comparisons out of the way so I can just talk about the Kraken Trainer V3 for the rest of this video. Handle biased, slightly handle biased, fairly neutral. It's still not the Kraken Trainer. If the Kraken Trainer balance, or it's still not the Live Kraken. If the Kraken balance is there, the Kraken Trainer balance is there, this lives like right there. Fair enough. You go from neutral to handle bias, there we go. That's how it sits. It's not up here, it's not down here. It's better than this, but still, I think, not balanced quite as well as the trainer or as the Live Blade. I'm not going to focus too much on that because at the end of the day, this is a pure upgrade from the balance of the 2.5. Assuming you're not a fan of the 2.5. If you're not a fan of the 2.5, this is a crazy upgrade. If you like handle bias and you like the 2.5, maybe stick with the 2.5. Maybe it's not that crazy of an upgrade for you. But now I'm going to talk about the ballast song just on its own. I'll talk about a few of the upgrades because the handle upgrades are so good in this thing. Oh my gosh. But I'm going to mostly just keep it to looking at this thing in a vacuum because the comparison to the Live Blade is why I was so meh on this the first time I recorded this video. It came out with me sort of being like, I don't know if I like it or not. And I realized it was because I was too caught up in the comparisons without really making a point of how good this thing actually does flip. So first up, let's go with the handle upgrades. They deepened this speed channel, cut out in the side, so it should provide more grip. The jimping is deeper, and also this texture on the face is deeper. And every single one of these upgrades, except the speed channel upgrade, I don't really feel it that much, I'm going to be honest, is amazing. The texture is way more pronounced now, but it's still super subtle. It's sort of like the Nemesis is. Like, it's very obviously there, but it's very subtle, and it feels really nice. The jimping is just objectively, like, way better. The grip that this provides, I'm not a ladder guy, but trust me when I say that I probably would have already dropped this by now, holding it this far down on the handle, doing the ladder. Normally I do ladders, like, up here, because that's where I can get more grip. I am never able to hold it this close to the end of the handle. So, like, this jimping is really, really good. Probably the best jimping that I have felt on a trainer in a long time, if not ever. And the balance is also really good. It's mostly neutral. It's still got a bit of a handle bias. And I will say, it's because I have these zippy things in here. I have the zippy inserts for the blade, which I'll talk about in a future different video. I really wanted to take these out. I cannot figure out how to take them out. I don't know. I don't know if they're permanently in there. I don't know if there's a way to take them out. Couldn't figure it out. Didn't want to break it because this is Ted's ballast song. So, you know, didn't want to do anything about that. And also, while we're talking about things that are new and that have changed, the ring is different. The ring is more tolerable to my ears. It's still not good, but it's not on the level of, oh my god, I need to instantly tape this right now, that the Kraken Trainer was for me. I got a comment saying someone was like, oh, you gotta toughen up. Bro, I don't know what you want from me. Ears are sensitive, and when they hear a frequency they don't like, it hurts your head. If you got stabbed in the foot, I wouldn't say, oh, you need to toughen up. No, that's not supposed to go there. That hurts. Anyway, small rant over. The ring's a little better. Still not great. I think I would still tape the blade, but it's something, and something is good, right? Speaking of something, this green is something. I love this green. It's not on the level that Arctic's green is for me. Arctic's. Why do I keep doing that? That Glider's green is for me. Rest in peace. but it's a very deep, rich forest green, and I really enjoy it. It's pretty nice. This is my first time seeing the green, and in person, I think it's pretty cool. I think a dual tone green with a satin blade, ooh, that would be real nice. Basically just my old Kraken trainer, but green. Okay, so we covered the handle changes, we covered the balance differences. It's more neutral. How does this thing hold up on a Balisong as its own? This very well could be one of the best trainers in its price range, and I solidly believe that. The balance is incredible. Slightly handle bias while still flowing a lot better than the old 2.5 Kraken trainer did. It's comfortable. The chamfered spine feels good. It chaplains well. It aerials well. It just feels consistent and really nice. I can parabolic. Holy cow, I just first tried parabolic. Never mind. There it goes. I mean, I can parabolic it. Just not consistently. But that's just because I'm bad, not because the Balisong's bad. Yeah, no, this goes really, really hard. I think it could use a little bit more tip weight. I think all the tip weight people were a bit right. I hate to admit it, because I was someone who thought that it would be fine. I think it could use just a bit more tip weight, and that probably would put it even closer to the live blade Kraken. But it's just like this overall, the build of it, the quality of it, the flipping experience of it, the look of it. I like the look of this new blade a lot more. I prefer Bowie style trainer blades, but the Tonto Kraken trainer I think looks way better. It just complements this look. Complements the geometry of the handles and the cutouts in the handles way better, in my opinion, than the old Bowie Kraken trainer blade did. Granted, the old Bowie Kraken trainer, it's kind of like a straight back Bowie. I don't really like straight back Bowie. So that could also be why, but you know, this thing is just like, it just flips really well. It's an all-around really solid trainer that I would certainly recommend to anyone looking for a trainer in like the $200 price range. Finally, the Kraken trainer can go above the Squid trainer in my book, because it does. This is just lighter, and now that it's more neutral, it's great. It doesn't make the Kraken or the Squid trainer irrelevant, mind you, but I was in a position before where I would recommend the Squid trainer to people over the Kraken trainer, just because not everyone likes handle bias, you know. But now we're in a position where this thing is genuinely probably the best, my favorite trainer at least in Squid's lineup. So that's awesome. And it's just overall super, super solid. I'm super happy with it. I hesitate to call it the balance of the live blade, like I mentioned earlier. Squid's marketing, I think, didn't really, I don't think they went all the way towards what they were marketing, with it being like, oh, this is the balance of the live blade. Maybe they didn't say that. Maybe I'm just misremembering what the website says. It's certainly closer. It's certainly good. I think this is, let's just say this. It's finally in the range where the Kraken trainer doesn't feel intentionally different from the live blade. We're finally in the range where you can excuse the differences to just being the differences in how trainer blades are weighted and the thickness of it and all that. So that is a huge win. And it's a really, really good Balisong. It flows well. It flips well. I think a little more tip weight would be really appreciated. But otherwise, so that's why I'm excited to try the Zippy mods, because maybe the Zippy inserts will make me change my mind on what I'm about to talk about next. But who knows? Now, the tough question. Am I going to buy one? Honestly, no. I don't think I am. It's a really good Balisong, but I don't think selling your old Kraken trainer for $120 and then spending $100 to upgrade to this thing is a necessarily worthwhile investment for me personally. Especially right now, I don't have a lot of Balisong money. Maybe in the future I will, but right now I just can't make the decision. I just can't say that it would be responsible to buy one of these things. especially since the time of me looking for a Kraken-like trainer has kind of passed. There was a time where I was very, very excited about the prospect of a trainer that was balanced like a Kraken. Now that prospect is a little less exciting to me because I have things that I would reach to first before the Kraken, like the Impusa and even something like the Edit Lite, because I'm finally in that phase of, hey, the Kraken is really good. It's white bread at the end of the day. And while there's always a need for white bread, I still love the Kraken and I would never get rid of it. Most of the time you find yourself reaching for something that's a little more tasteful, a little more flavorful, not tasteful, a little more flavorful than the standard white bread option. And I think that's how I am with my trainers now, especially since my public EDCs are mostly plastic. I don't really flip metal trainers. I don't really take metal trainers with me anymore, so I don't really have a need. If I want to flip the Kraken, I can just flip the Kraken. Before it was like, oh, I want to go out in public and flip a metal trainer. I don't really do that anymore. I flip plastic. So the time for me to be really excited about a Kraken trainer V3 is kind of past. Maybe if I found like a stellar deal on one, but it would have to be a stellar deal that would make it pretty worthwhile. Like if I could find someone that could give me a V3 for like, I would only end up paying like $10 after I sold this thing, maybe, but that's just not realistic and it's not going to happen. So right now, I'm happy enough with my Kraken Trainer V2.5, especially with how good this thing just sounds. It's one of the bounciest Kraken trainers that I've ever heard or felt. This thing's still bouncy, but it's just not totally there, you know? So yeah, this thing's phenomenal. It's so good. Will I buy one? I don't think I can justify it right now. Again, maybe having extra tip weight with the zippy mods will make me immediately just want to purchase one of these things. And it does feel really good. It feels way more distributed, a bit more neutral while still having a handle bias, and just pretty good overall. And who knows, maybe it is super neutral and these plastic things are throwing it off more than I expect. That's very possible. But I think it's improbable that it changes it so much to the point that my actual feelings of the Balisong would change, you know. But my feelings of the Balisong are that it is, sorry Ted, super good. Really like this thing, excuse me. The color's nice, the design is nice, the flipping is nice. It's just overall nice. And I think Squid did a good job. I think all the Kraken trainer hater people will be mostly happy. I mean, at the end of the day, when you hype up something so much as changing the trainer to be more like the Live Blade, and it's not exactly like the Live Blade is, I think people would still be mad, but at this point, those people are just being unreasonable. It's okay to point it out, of course, but if you say that the Kraken trainer is absolute dog shit still, I think you might have something going on, because it's so much closer to the Live Blade than the old one was. At least the Bowie one. Maybe not. Maybe Tonto Kraken fans won't like this thing as much, but Bowie Kraken fans, this feels fairly close. I mean, you saw where I placed them in terms of balance earlier. You saw the little like chart that I made out in my bed. I would say that's fairly accurate to how I feel about it. So yeah, Kraken Trainer V3, really good. Solid recommendation to anyone looking for a new trainer. Anyone looking to upgrade, maybe, maybe not. Depends how much you like the OG or the 2.5. But as for like recommending this to people looking for a new trainer, this is a no-brainer. It's really good, and I really like it. I think that's about all I can say about the Kraken trainer. I'm just trying to make sure I don't forget anything, because I don't want to record this video a third time. My mouth is really dry. Recorded, I think, 5 blade biases today, and normally I record 2 or 3. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Maybe I'll make a full, like, I spent a week with the Kraken Trainer V3 thing. Still kind of deciding, because unfortunately you guys aren't going to be able to tell me, because by the time you're watching this, I no longer have this in possession. So I'll probably record it either way. I mean, it's a free video, right? But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Later.